Good morning, students. On behalf of Government of Karnataka, Department of Collegiate Education, I heartily welcome to all the students of 5th semester BBA of Bengaluru Central University for the online learning management system. Myself, Kusma Mangala Devi, Associate Professor, HOD, Department of Commerce and Management from Government First Grade College, Yelahanka. I will going to continue the subject consumer behavior. Unit 4 and 5 I will going to explain. Let us start Unit 4 Session 1 today. Today's topic is consumer decision making, meaning, and in that we will going to discuss the problem recognition step in detail. Consumers decision making refers to the process under which consumers go through in deciding what to purchase, including problem recognition. So he will identify whatever his needs, what he has to purchase, priority of the needs he will try to decide based on the problems he will going to recognize in his life. Then he will going to search for the various information available relating to the products in the market. Then evaluate the alternatives, which product is more beneficial for him. So in that way he will try to evaluate the available alternative products. Then finally he will take the decision of purchasing a product which will going to give the immediate satisfaction for him. Even after purchasing the product, he will try to analyze whether he has purchased the product at the right time for the right place or not. It is also called as post-purchase evaluation or behavior of the consumer. So all these are included in the consumer decision making process. Thus, consumers' decisions are the results of their lifestyles, which in turn is influenced by their marketing activities. The marketer will also try to provide various types of the product with various services along with the product. So culture, subculture, values, social status, demographic features, family types, the family to which he belongs to, whether it is a single family or a joint family, how many number of people are there in the family, his emotions, the consumer's personality traits, then motives, then perceptions, learning of the consumers. All these things will going to decide the consumer's decision making process. So information search and then processing it links these influences to consumers. Consumer decisions result from perceived problems. As for example, being thirsty. If he is thirsty, he will go to drink some water or juice available in the market. And based on the opportunities also available in the market, he will going to purchase some products. For example, he will visit the shop to purchase something else. But if some offer is there for another product, he will be, if he is impressed by the product, he will take that opportunity and he will purchase that product also. Consumer problems arises in specific situations. That is, to purchase a product arises based on his situation, and it may trigger one or more levels of the consumer decision making process. So as soon as the problem arises, need arises to purchase the product, he will start involving himself in the consumer decision making process, knowingly or unknowingly. He don't know the theory that he is going through all the consumer decision making process. Simply he will search some information, then he will buy the product, then he will going to finally analyze whether he has purchased at the right time for the right price or not. So it is important to note that for most purchases, consumers devote, as a matter of habit, very little effort to this process. So for basic necessities of life, he will not put lot of effort in purchasing the products because it is a regular products and he know what to purchase. So he may immediately go to the shop and he will not spend much time in purchasing the products. But if it is a durable products like electrical products, purchasing laptops or mobiles and all, he will search and he will take some time and he will put some efforts before purchasing the products. Emotions and feelings also often have much or more influence on the outcome as compared to the facts and the product features. Sometimes he is emotionally, he will make the decision of purchasing the product. So the result of the consumer decision process are the experiences which change or maintain the consumer's current or desired lifestyles. So to change his current lifestyle or what he want to be in future, he will try to purchase some products so that he can make some changes in his current present lifestyles. So purchasing the clothes, for example, um, it is based on the current requirement or else for the future, suppose if he is attending the marriage. So now itself he will purchase some jewelries and costumes for marriage for the future requirement because it is designed for the future lifestyles to attend the marriage. To become a better consumer and a more informed citizen, it is best to analyze the purpose behind advertisements, package designs, prices, and other marketing activities, which is also an interesting and enjoyable activity for the consumers. So, when he is collecting the information about the product, he will watch the advertisements very curiously and he will compare the products available in the market. He will see the packages, how it is packed, and he will also go through the information in the packages, the design of the product. He will also compare the price of different products and other marketing activities. So yeah, some of the consumers feels the purchasing activity, that is shopping activity, very interesting and enjoyable activity. Sometimes some of the consumers do the window shopping also. Window shopping means they may not have the interest to purchase the products, but they just want to see the various wide varieties of the products available in the market. So they will be visiting the shops, different shops, and see the products which are displayed on the windows, and they enjoy that kind of the shopping also. But in future it will become very useful for him because he will be doing the window shopping again and again, and one day he will do the real shopping, that is really he will going to purchase the products. This is the way by which the consumers can make the efforts to protect their interests and take care of their welfare. So these are the consumer behavior process. You can see the step by step consumer decision making process. This process actually consists of 5 steps. Problem recognition is nothing but the need recognition, that he want a particular product. So that is the need recognition. Relating to the product required, he will do the information search. So he will go to search for the information. This is the second step. Third one is purchase decision. So finally, out of the various available alternatives, he will going to purchase one product. And next step is evaluation of alternative. After purchasing the product, after evaluation and purchasing the product, final and the fifth step is post purchase behavior. That is, he will going to see whether he is satisfied with the product or not, whether he has taken the right decision of purchasing the product or not. So these steps, that is purchase recognition, information search, evaluation of the available alternatives, and purchase decision, and finally the post purchase behavior. In the next classes in detail we will going to discuss because it is a 14 marks question. Reasons behind consumer decisions. In the present world, a consumer has a lot of opinions while taking any decision. But basically, the consumer has 5 decision dimensions. These are as follows. First one is what to buy. B, how much to buy. C, where to buy. D, when to buy the product. And finally, E, how to buy the product. So this is the methodology of purchasing the product, which is again nothing but the consumer decision making process. So before the consumer decision making process, what to buy, how much to buy, where to buy, when to buy, all these decisions has to be taken by the consumers. Let us see the answers for these questions one by one. A, what to buy. The decision to buy any product is the most important task. Until and unless if a decision is made, a consumer cannot buy anything. So most important requirement is he should have an idea in his mind that he has to buy a product. Just now I told you about the window shopping. So there the consumer is not interested in buying the product. He just want to see the various products available in the market. So there is a difference. So the buying will going to arise only if he has got a buying intention to purchase, the need to purchase. The consumer has also to make the choice of the product available in the market. So nowadays, lot of competitors are there. Many marketers, many companies are offering wide varieties of their products. So after taking the any decisions, the consumers buy a product. So the consumer will take the decision only after a careful evaluation of the available alternatives in the market. Then the consumer takes a decision about which brand to buy. This can be attached with the price and features of the product. So just now I told you the quality of the product, quantity, the price, the differentiating features of with the other competitive brands, then packaging of the product, designing, grading, standardization. So all these features of the product plays a very important role for the consumer in taking the decision of purchasing or not purchasing a particular product. How much to buy? The next decision the consumer has to make is to how much of the product to be purchased. It depends on the type of the product to be purchased, and then the purchases can be made. So the consumer will try to make how much he has to purchase. What is the quantity of purchasing? In case of gold, purchasing the gold, how many grams of gold he can be able to purchase? 1 gram, 2 gram, 8 grams, 10 grams. So in that way. So if it is in the form of a milk, if it is a milk product or a liquid product, how many half liter or 1 liter, like that. So how much he is ready to purchase? If it is cloths, one set of cloth or 2 set of cloth, so what he want to buy and how much quantity he want to buy, that he has to decide. So again, the quality is also very important along with this. So here you will see both the quality and the quantity before purchasing the product. The quantity to be purchased by the consumer therefore depends on the availability and the frequency of use of the product. So how frequently you will going to use the product is also again important. How much it is available in the market is also very important. So based on the availability and the frequency of the use, the price also will going to vary. You know very well. Just now I told you the gold, for just 1 gram of gold, since the gold is not available in plenty and again frequently it will not be used, it is very costly. So less quantity will be purchased. So 1 gram around 5,000 rupees. So we will purchase 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram and so on. But if you take the milk, just now I gave you the example of the milk also. frequently it is required. Every day you need to buy the milk and it is available in plenty and the cost is also very less. So every day you will going to buy the milk. You need milk every day, so you will going to buy it every day. So how much to buy depends on the availability of the product, frequency of use of the product, and there are so many other factors which will going to influence the consumer how much he can be able to buy. For example, money also, that is income, how much income he has got in his hand. Okay. Where to buy? Another decision the consumer has to make is where the product should be brought. Consumers usually will go to a place where the services offered are excellent. Also, the other factors like prices and outlets are being decided by the consumers. So, where more services are available, there the consumer will go to buy the product. The consumers expects a discount on the product. So consumers usually go to such places where availability of product quality and quantity can be decided by just looking at the other brands of the same product to be purchased. Many products have different features and therefore after thoroughly examining, the purchases is normally made by the consumers. The next decision dimensions is when to buy the product. Consumers also has to decide the time when the purchase has to be made. This also is influenced by the availability of the products. Usually, the purchase made by a consumer is very high during the festival season due to large volume of discounts. The the price is normally hiked and the discounts will be given to attract the consumers. So during festival season, according to the requirement of the festival, different festivals, different type of products will be brought. For example, crackers. During the Deepavali, the crackers will be brought by the consumers. Even though it is very expensive, simply they will tell the discounts 10%, 20%, 30% discounts, and they will try to sell the product to the consumers. So the time of purchasing the product depends normally upon the requirement of the consumers. If it is daily products such as milk, curd, butter, cheese, etc., it will be normally brought frequently. Crackers, just now I told you, it will be brought only during the festival, that is particularly Deepavali. This is not only ensures the consumer that they can get a product at a discount price, it is also influenced by opening timings, when the shops will going to open. During that time, the product may be brought. Sales are a clearance period. Sometimes the company will going to sell the products as clearance sale. That is, only few stocks are available, so that will be stored as a clearance sale. So during that time, more offers may be given, and during the transit period, during the transportation, if some rain comes and if the product is partially damaged or become wet, that products can also be sold at a discount. So when the product will be sold at a discount, and the product should be good, but normally frequently purchased product will be brought frequently, but some products will be brought when the product is available at offers and the discounts. How to buy? Under this, the consumer has to decide whether to pay cash or by credit payment. How to buy the product? So the consumer also expects the goods purchased to be delivered by the retailer. The installment facility is also provided, etc. So he will make a detailed decision of which product to buy, at how much to buy, how much quantity to buy, at what price to buy, whether it is bought at a loan, and so on. If this part is handled with almost care, the revenue for the retailer will also go up. So all the facility the consumer needs, if available, there is no problem to sell the goods for the consumers. So consumers expect some facility from the marketer. If all such facility is provided to the consumers to satisfy their needs, the marketer can easily sell the product to the consumers. The sales will also go up automatically. Of course, the proper paperwork is done, that is particularly in the durable purchasing of durables and prestigious items. The receipt has to be given for the payment made depending on which type of the sale is actually made by the consumers, whether it is cash payment, credit payment, payment made by check. Nowadays Google Pay, so many types of directly from mobile also you can make the payment to the marketer. So which one is made convenient for the customer is also seen by the customer, because it will become very convenient for him to make the payment. Even in small vegetable shops or ordinary shops nowadays, the mark, that is payment, they can scan and make the payment very easily. Even if it is 30 rupees, 40 rupees product also, he can make the payment to the marketer. So no need to carry the cash for the consumers. So you will see the convenience of making the payment. So now let us see the next point, that is problem recognition. In the consumer decision making process, this is the first step. So this is the first stage in the consumer decision making process. In this stage, the consumer recognizes a problem and he tries to find a solution to resolve the problem. So this problem recognition can be due to either in actual state of the consumer or due to the desired state of the consumer. The marketer needs to understand the circumstances on environmental access, which acts as a trigger to arise the needs and desires of the consumers, and then develop the alternative product displays and communication programs for the consumers. So based on the actual state of the consumer or based on the desired state of the consumer, the marketer need to identify the consumers, his problems, his need for a particular product, and try to sell the product to the consumers. For marketing perspective, it's important to keep in mind the following two important issues related to problem recognition. First one is, marketers must understand all aspects of consumers' problems. So it is not one or two aspects, all aspects of the consumer problems, even those that are very obvious, to create products that improve or enhance the consumer's life. For example, if the marketing professionals don't know what problem behind the needs of transportation, you need to solve the purchasing of a new car. The customer want to purchase something for transportation. So the marketer may be a two-wheeler, that is selling in scooter or a bike or a car. He will think how best he can be able to identify all the aspects of the consumer's problems and finally provide the car for the consumers. Second one is, marketers must remember that if the consumer is not aware of a problem, so the consumer know that he want to go to his office, not by the bus but by his own vehicle, but he don't know exactly what to purchase. So consumer is not aware of the problem or does not recognize the problem at all. He is daily going by bus, he is frustrated, but he don't know that he can purchase one car or a bike or a scooter. So he is that kind of consumer. So he or she is unlikely to engage in any of the subsequent types of the buying process. That is, in detail, the marketer has to make the consumer understand that this is your problem. So due to by traveling by bus every day, you are facing these kind of the physical problems, mental stress. So why can't you buy the scooter, or why can't you buy a car which is convenient? In what way it is convenient? So you can completely explain and make the consumer to buy the product. So as I already told you, problem recognition is the first stage in the consumer decision making process. It is triggered by unsatisfied needs or wants. So only if the needs are there, but if it is unsatisfied, only then he can identify that it is a problem for him. The individuals perceives differences between ideal and actual state based on some physical or socio-psychological dimensions. So this motivates them to seek products or services which can bring their current states into more balance with the idea. It is impossible for us to satisfy all our needs at once because we are limited by time and financial resources. So particularly our income is less. So all the needs cannot be satisfied at a time. So one by one, the need has to be identified and satisfied. So the size of the gap between our desire and current state of our life largely determines the strength of a particular need. So identification of the problem or problem recognition is very important. So it occurs when the consumer realizes that their actual state is significantly different than their ideal state. So you can see that the small boy having no problems because it is in the ideal state. So once he crosses the baby age, okay, 1 or 2 years of age, they will start identifying some need. So and it will turn into the actual state. So the actual state consists of opportunity recognition and need recognition. So need recognition is either his own personal needs will make him to identify the problem. Opportunity recognition is based on the marketers offering the discounts, coupons, selling the product at credit sales and so on. These are the things which will make him recognize that he can buy the product. So let us see the sources of problem recognition. Out of stock. So when he is identifying the problem, that is need recognition, so you will find some sources. Out of stock. This is one of the most simplest and the most common sources of problem recognition, which occurs when the consumers are looking for product and that product is unavailable. It is not available in the market. This can be solved by choosing a familiar brands of the different companies. Second one is dissatisfaction. This is also one of the sources of problem recognition, which is related to the consumer's dissatisfaction again with the product or services being issued. So he is not satisfied with the previously brought products. So again he is in need of a product which will going to give him some satisfaction. Say thirdly, new needs or wants. Changes in consumers' life often result in new needs, which triggers problem recognition. Changes in consumer lives can be due to changes in the financial situations, changes in the employment status, changes in the lifestyles, or due to changes from his age growth. That is changes in his ages also, from adult childhood to adulthood, adulthood to old age. So based on that also he will try to identify different needs. Related products purchases. So here the purchase of a product can also stimulate problem recognition when related products are available in the market. So when the consumer purchases a new home, then they look for the purchase of related products like uh, new furniture, new almiras or wardrobes, then purchasing a new TV, refrigerator, which leads to problem recognition. So there the need will going to arise. Sources of problem recognition: marketers' action. Action of marketers, where it encourages the consumers for not to be satisfied with their current state or situation, cause the problem recognition. So here the marketers will take the advantages of consumers' tendency towards novelty seeking behavior, which leads them to try new or different brands. Need recognition. Therefore, need recognition is very important. Whether we act to resolve a particular problem depends upon mainly two factors: the magnitude of the discrepancy between what we have and what we need. So what we have with us, particularly income, and what we need, what we can buy with that. Secondly, the importance of the problem, how important it is, how important it is to be solved. uh, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it has 5 stages. It will go into particularly the first stage is psychological needs, the basic needs. It will go from down to top. It is in the pyramid shape. Psychological needs will be more: air, water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction, and so on. So these are the psychological basic needs of the consumer which has to be satisfied. Once the psychological needs are satisfied, the second needs arises will be the safety needs. Safety needs consist of personal security. So for that he may purchase a new house. Then he may purchase the life insurance policies. He will go in search of the employment, and he will give importance for the resources, health, and property, and so on. So for the future, for the present and the future safety, you will try to fulfill, purchase the products required for the fulfillment of the safety needs. Thirdly, love and affection, or love and belonging. So he will try to maintain. Now he is in a good state. He will try to maintain good friendship, intimacy. He will try to have a family and a sense of connection. So he will seek for the love and affection. So for that, whatever the things are required, that he will try to purchase. Once the third need is satisfied, the fourth need is esteem needs. So it is in these needs, he will try to expect the respect, self-esteem, status. He want a good recognition, strength, and freedom. For these products, to maintain the self-esteem, status, and recognition, whatever the product is required. For example, buying a double door refrigerator, then a big car, uh, and to show his esteem, he will try to purchase some products. Last type of needs is self-actualization needs. It is a desire to become the most that one can be. So whatever he want in his life, everything he will try to purchase, because he want to be all his needs has to be satisfied. Self-actualization needs, that is the final needs of the consumers. If the self-actualization needs is satisfied, no more products or no more problems will be there in future to be recognized. So one by one, all needs of the consumers has to be identified and satisfied depending upon his status. Once the problem is recognized, it must be defined in such a way that the consumer can actually initiate the action that will bring about a relevant problem solution. So we have to note that in many cases, problem recognition and problem definition occurs simultaneously, such as the consumer running out of toothpastes. So it is a problem recognition also and problem definition also. Consider the more complicated problem involved in with status and image, how we want others to see us. So based on the basic requirements and based on the how we want the others to see us also, we will going to purchase the products. I hope you understood the topic consumer decision making process and the problem recognition. You can also refer to the textbook Consumer Behavior by Rekha MP, Vivavi and M.A. Vaidyesh for more information. Thank you, students.